Hi everybody and welcome to Thursday's TNT. Well, apart from being a slightly abridged version, we're also coming to you from my backyard. Well, more about that later. At the usual time I record the program in the morning, well, Thursday morning I'm on my way to Bangkok. Why am I going to Bangkok? Well, I'm heading off to see the latest production of West Side Story, part of the Bangkok International Festival. Don't worry, I'm paying for my own ticket. And I'm going to a Thursday night showing of the production. Now, not often that you get to see good Western theatre here in Bangkok, but, I've taken the opportunity to head off and see this production of West Side Story, an important musical from the mid part of the last century, especially in American theatre. But the last production I saw was back in, I think, 2012, when they had the 25th anniversary world tour of Phantom of the Opera. And that was a very good production indeed at the, I think it was at the Impact Stadium. Anyway, I'm off to the Thailand Cultural Centre tonight. Sure, I'll give you a quick review of the program tomorrow. In the meantime, plenty of important news to cover here on TNT. So I'll follow up to that shooting on Tuesday late afternoon at Siam, Paragon. We go to bangkokpost.com. Suspected shooter's modified gun designed to fire blanks. This is from the police. And a teenager suspected of killing two foreign nationals. Well, that's just the Bangkok Post covering their legal arse. And wounding 5 others in a Thai shopping mall shooting had modified a handgun that was designed to fire only blanks. It's been confirmed that the dead were 2 women from China and Myanmar, and the suspected gunman, a 14-year-old, was arrested late on Tuesday, and he'd modified a gun designed to fire blank rounds to enable it to use live ammunition. And police had said the suspect had been receiving psychological treatment and had skipped his medication. And the police commissioner said, usually we don't get the suspect alive. This case is an important case study for us. We need information from the young man. And the police commissioner went on, initially I spoke to him to calm him down because he was worried and appeared to hear someone speaking to him. He was hearing things, a noise, he said, told him to shoot. And the incident at Thailand's most famous shopping mall could be a blow to the country's efforts to support its sluggish economy by boosting its vital tourism sector. More about that and the reaction in just a moment. But firstly, what a freaky shot that is. That's the new police commissioner Torsak surrounded by his minions. It almost looks like a scene out of Bohemian Rhapsody or something. Anyway, we go to thaipbsworld.com, and the Chinese embassy confirms 1 citizen died and 1 injured in the mall shooting. And the embassy said that when it learned about the shooting, it immediately activated its emergency protocols to monitor the incident and coordinate with Thai authorities by sending consular officials to the mall and to visit the injured in hospital. And the injured Chinese national is said to be in a stable condition. The Thailand Prime Minister Sattahip and the Foreign Minister had called the Chinese ambassador to express their condolences on behalf of the Thai government over the death of a Chinese citizen and expressed concern for the injured. So not only appropriate, but of course a bit of a charm offensive from 2 senior Thai officials to try and nip any negative publicity in the bud before it festers in China. We should say that most Chinese nationals, the vast majority, indeed the vast majority of tourists coming to Thailand have a very safe and happy stay. It's isolated incidents like this that do get the negative publicity. Both promised to expedite the investigation into the shooting and to boost measures to ensure safety for Chinese nationals when visiting Thailand. Meanwhile, the Tourism Council of Thailand president said that the shootings will inevitably impact Thai tourism in the short term, but in the longer term, the government must improve public safety at all tourist destinations. You sort of got to wonder what they'd have to do. I mean, do we need more tourist police? Do we need more CCTV cameras? And Thailand is generally a very safe place to visit. And the management of Siam Paragon Mall also expressed condolences to the family of the dead and injured and promised to provide compensation and cover their medical expenses. It said that one of its security guards is among the 5 injured when he tried to intervene to protect shoppers during the shooting spree, and that the management places great importance on public safety at the mall. And if you can hear a few voices in the distance there, I am getting air conditioning installed today. And the National Human Rights Commission is urging the media to exercise caution in their presentation of information or images about the suspect. Of course, the person is a minor, and his school and his parents have now been identified in social media, so it can be quite a dangerous situation for both the school and the parents at a time that is obviously very disturbing for them. NationThailand.com reporting prosecution procedures for children and youth in Thailand. People wondering what's going to be happening to this young man. Well, this is sort of off the press. Child and youth civil and or criminal offenders are judged by the Juvenile and Family Court in Thailand and do not undergo the same process as an adult. And the act that covers youth also aims to rehabilitate children and youth rather than punish them. And for children aged 12 to 15 years old, the police will inform the parents and the Juvenile Observation and Protection Centre before investigating and setting up a rehabilitation plan within 30 days. And the children will be sent to the Juvenile and Family Court within 24 hours, and if a ruling is not made, the court will issue a warning, temporarily release the offender with or without bail — that's extremely unlikely in this incident — send to an educational or training institution, or hand responsibility to a person or organisation that the court deems appropriate. So exactly what's going to happen in this case, we'll leave it up to the authorities to decide, but he's certainly not going to be released and sent back home given the severity of the crime. Hi, just a quick interruption, and happy to report there's only one boat left here this morning. All their other boats are out. 5 Star Marine taking people out on bespoke VIP charter tours off the island of Phuket. Now, if you'd like some more information, there's a link in the description below. You can even click on that website or type it into your Google machine. But thank you to my sponsors, 5 Star Marine. I am doing my program today from my new backyard. A very, very nice, peaceful and tranquil place to sit. Bit of sea air wafting over the roof, and the plants coming along quite nicely. Thank you very much. Thanks to a bit of monsoonal rain, but I hope one day that you get to come and enjoy sitting in the backyard and having a barbecue with me. We go to our next story now from BangkokPost.com. 2 drown when lost car drives off ferry pier. And there's a picture of the car being fished out somewhere near the Sattahip naval base. And 2 people drowned while a third smashed a window and escaped alive when a car plunged from a ferry pier into the sea in Sattahip. And the incident happened at the Chuk Samet ferry pier at Sattahip naval base. And 2 women were trapped in the car, including the driver. A male passenger made it to safety and raised the alarm. And the car was found in water 15 metres deep. Divers retrieved the bodies of the 2 women. A mobile crane later hauled the car from the sea. And a 20-year-old survivor told police he and 3 women friends travelled in the car, a Toyota Cross, from Bangkok to visit Sattahip district. And the women driver then became lost, and in the dark they somehow arrived at the ferry pier. They were all arguing about being lost when the car ran off the pier and into the sea. Well, one can only hope they weren't using Google Maps at the time. It won't be the first time Google Maps has sent people into a ditch here and there. And the 20-year-old said he managed to overcome his shock and terror and used his feet to break a car window and escape. His 2 friends were trapped in the car. He immediately sought help from police. Now, I have to tell you, I've actually been in a demonstration of this in a submerged car, trying to break, in controlled conditions obviously, trying to break the window with your feet. I couldn't do it. Now, I couldn't even do it when the car was out of the water, let alone when you got the pressure of the water pushing on the window. So this man must have been frantic to get out of that car and go and get help. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to help his friends. So just a quick interruption to the program. Of all things, before I go to Bangkok this Thursday and Friday, I'll speak about that in a moment, I need cat litter for the cats. Can't let them outside at the moment, so I need cat litter so they can stay indoors for one day. So I've come up to Khao Lak, which is about 30 minutes north of where I live in Phang. And apart from it being very quiet, it's actually full of, broccoli shops. They're empty, not that many tourists around, and nowhere in Khao Lak can you find cat litter. Just saying. Our Thursday truncated version of TNT, and coming to you from my backyard, and Reuters reporting the Thai baht depreciation is due to external factors being monitored by the central bank. Not sure why they couldn't use the word central bank. The central bank says it's closely watching movement in the baht currency and said it's a result of external factors and in line with regional peers. And the baht fell to an 11-month low, just over 37 baht to the dollar on Tuesday morning. We'll check the latest rate in just a moment. The central bank said they're ready to manage the baht if there were irregular movements, adding investors were awaiting clarity on the fiscal policies of the new government. Well, we didn't have a government for, 3 or so months, and then, of course, the government's currently putting together all its budgets and trying to work out how it's going to pay for this 10,000 baht digital wallet. So, I suppose that's part of the reason. And Thailand's Prime Minister Sattahip earlier on Tuesday said a weak baht could help support exports and tourism. Turning lemons into lemonade. Let's check the chart. This is from xe.com. And we can see over the last month, it's all been in one direction. I know the graph shows it going up, but it means that more Thai baht to the US dollar. And it got as far as 37.23, but currently when we recorded the program, it was just over 37 Thai baht to the US dollar. Now heading to Taiwan, where we're heading on the weather map anyway, and this is from ventusky.com, and we can see we've got Southeast Asia there all the way up to Taiwan, and if I zoom in, we've got this typhoon called Koinu, and it's just about made landfall in the southern part of Taiwan, and it will be then heading on to China. Winds of some 130, 140 at the epicenter there. So quite destructive winds. Let's have a closer look. And we can see it's going to be making landfall in Taiwan and then heading towards the southern China coast. Already Hong Kong has been put on a number 1 alert. So they're expecting at least a lot of rain and wind out of this typhoon. And this is the latest from the Google map showing the path of the typhoon. And by the time this program is seen by you, it would have made landfall in Taiwan. Then obviously the meteorologists will be watching carefully to see if after it passes across the lower part of the island of Taiwan, if it regathers strength as it heads towards southern China and possibly Hong Kong. And that's it for our slightly abridged version of TNT today, coming to you from my backyard. And just a big thank you to our sponsor, 5 Star Marine. Now, you can also type in 5starmarinephuket.com or go to the link in the description, and there's a special deal there for TNT viewers. I'll tell you what West Side Story was like tomorrow, but in the meantime, have a great day. We'll see you later.